Hey everyone, it's Drew here back at ASAPS 2018. This time I am joined by Dr. Christine Fisher. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
How are you?
Great.
How's the show going so far?
This is a great show this year.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed spending time with some of the people that I admire, like Dr. Hall Finley.
Oh yes, beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful woman.
Yeah, she's fabulous, and I've enjoyed the lectures this year.
Okay.
I've been revisiting some of my old results and my old cases.
Okay.
And looking back on the designs,
Yeah.
the pathway, and now I have long-term follow-up, and I've enjoyed looking back at the design options and the different choices that I've made and how that's resulted in great results for patients.
Beautiful.
And places that I'd like to improve, and I've taken some of those questions and sort of spent time on them, which has been really neat.
So, okay, number one, that's amazing. I love like, so basically what you're saying is you've been reflective on the path you've taken, made some mistakes, learning from them.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I take pictures.
That's very Dr. Hall Finley, being open about.
And I take pictures of the patients, of course, in the preoperative visit, but then with their consent, I usually take pictures of their markings.
Sure.
And then I take pictures during recovery so that I get a really clear sense of each step in the process, and that allows me to reflect on that to improve my results.
I love it. That's beautiful. So talk to me about how, because you don't see this enough. Like a lot of these meetings, you get the doctors up there, they're talking about how perfect they've always been, and there's not always been complications. But the meetings that emphasize complications and vulnerability and being honest, like how important is that to be open and vulnerable and honest?
Oh man, I mean, it's so important to be self-critical,
Yeah.
to be analytical about the results and about creating a natural result. To understand a natural result, you have to understand the basic anatomy of the breast, the aesthetic contours, the footprint of the breast, the lateral aesthetic curve, the cleavage, and you have to prioritize each aspect of what is an aesthetic breast. And then you have to go back and do the shaping and creation to get that. And then you have the healing process, which changes over time. And it's so important to design it correctly so that you get a beautiful early result, but then to understand the healing process over time, because really your design is a 4-dimensional process, not just a 3-dimensional, because you have the factor of time that's going to change your result. And long-term follow-up is critical, and humility. And looking back and being insightful is going to be critical to getting a lifetime result.
Yeah.
That's really important.
Beautiful. I love that philosophy. I was just talking to Dr. Berkowitz. I don't know if you know who he is. He's up in the Bay Area, but he was also something I never thought about, and obviously I'm not a doctor, but he was talking about the rhinoplasty and how, he didn't say the 4th dimension, but basically that's what he was saying. You know, over time, after the swelling finally goes down, time passes, you know, imperfections do start to show that you don't see like initially.
Right, swelling will hide a lot of imperfections.
Yeah.
So someone will show a 6-week result or a 3-month result, but that's not the result. The healing process takes a full year.
Yeah.
Scars, swelling, things don't resolve and soften for a full year because the immature collagen changes to the type 3 immature collagen is a little bit swollen. That changes to type 1 collagen at about 9 to 12 months. So by 6 months, you still don't have the final result. And even at a year, you're going to have gravity and you're going to have other changes, weight changes. And how is that going to affect your result? Because people aren't a sculpture. They're actually a living person who has their own life and their own journey.
Right.
And so to get a result that's going to last is a very multi-dimensional challenge. It's very challenging.
So when would you suggest then is a good time to show the after?
I think looking at a 3-year result is a good time to look at after. A 5-year result is interesting, but at least 1 year.
Okay.
I just feel like you cannot assess an aesthetic result in a shorter period of time than a year.
Okay, cool. I like it. Awesome. That's good to know because, like you said, nobody does that. Nobody, it's always, you know, the 2-week or 6-week.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, it looks great.
Yeah, it looked really good on the table.
Yeah, yeah.
And then gravity hit, or something like that.
Nature.
It's different. Right.
Nature took its course as well. I guess you're always, that's kind of the 4th dimension as well, is nature.